Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here we are from group 3. We are gonna explain, give presentation about our material today, that is management and implementation of e-learning. The first material will be explained by my friend, that is Resti Prastika Agustia. The name is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Resti Prastika Agustia. I'm the first speaker. Okay. Here I will explain about the basic types of learning management system. So the basic type of learning management system brings a review of property of basic types and their most important differences. The first, proprietary learning management system. So LMS are in the dying out stage. This is mainly because they are based entirely on the heritage of computer-based training or CBT system. So, which were ruling the market before the dawn of the e-learning standards era, before adoption of Scrum. And the proprietary system cannot function in a simple way with other e-learning components such as shareable content object components or cost. Defined by Scrum, neither there is a simple way of establishing their interoperability with other e-learning systems. And for example about that, there is no an easy way neither for exporting and importing objects of knowledge, nor for exchange of raw material. And the second, standard-based learning management system. Standard-based LMS are currently the fast-growing LMS category, and the many companies that were producing the proprietary LMS so far are now turning towards standard in order to avoid being trapped by their proprietary solution. Conform with the standard, especially with a widely accepted standard like Scrum, guarantees satisfactory level of interoperability not only for LMS, but for the e-learning material as well. On the other hand, a system based on the standard can be good only as much as standard is good. And the last, open architecture LMS. Many manufacturers of the LMS system are claiming that their system is open, but during implementation, many systems show not as secure, just a little effort for setup, integration with the contents, and the establishment of communication with other systems. So, exchange of the contents with the other system should be easy, because e-learning standards are decided about common tasks and expectations from LMS. Truly open system will need only minor adjustment to fulfill all requirements imposed by the standard. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Next, I will explain about determining the type of LMS. To determine which system is standard, next, bisa dengar guys? Next, I will explain about determining the type of LMS. To determine which system is standard-based, we need to analyze the system feature and compare them with standard-based ones. Therefore, we distinguish the following four LMS types. First one, propri- prop- proprietary LMS, two mainly proprietary and partially standard-based LMS, and third, mainly standard-based LMS and partially proprietary LMS, and four open architectural LMS. Proprietary learning management systems are in the dying out stage. This is mainly because they are based entirely on the heritage of computer-based learning or CBT system, which were ruling the market before the dawn of the e-learning standard era. And the two answer for me is same. Denoted as standard-based LMS are currently the fastest growing LMS category. Many companies that were producing the proprietary LMS so far are now turning towards standard in order to avoid being trapped by their proprietary solution. And the four open architectural LMS designed as a solution to the problem of platform diversity and limitation, bandwidth, memory processor, connectivity, security display on mobile device. That's all. Thanks.
I'm Pindasari. I will explain web-based learning implementation. Implementation of web-based learning. The learning model is designed by integrating web-based learning in the conventional face-to-face learning program. And this program designing and implementing web-based learning, the steps are followed. The first, an educational program improving the quality of learning in the school environment and in the campus with web-based. This program can be ideally carried out for 5 until 10 months and can be divided into 5 stages, stage 1, 3, and 5. Can be done remotely and can choose web media as a communication tool. While stage 2 and 4 can be done conventionally face-to-face. And the second, establishing a subject and teaching material that will be taught to students. Face-to-face learning can be done regularly every week, namely in the first 7 weeks. After that, face-to-face meetings are held every 2 or 3 weeks. This two educational program. That's all from me, and next will be explained by Nalita Agustina.
Okay, I'm Nata Busna. Here I'm gonna explain about face and virtual interaction. Interaction with one another to able to communicate directly, and face-to-face is still needed. There are three reasons why face-to-face is still needed in this learning activity. The three reasons, the first reason that is for a forum explain the purpose and mechanism of learning that will be shared directly. And with our students, what determine the success of learning that will be uh, that will be what determine the success of learning process also determined by student understanding of what and why and how the learning process and work on the tasks will take place. Students need to know what output and complaints will be obtained after participating in learning activity based on competency. And the second one, that is the need to provide understanding as well as learning experience by working on assignment in groups and collaborating on each student. Experience by working on assignment, working on model demands group work, students need to have competence and communication. And the participant and activity of students involved in various activity needs to be introduced at the same time, experienced by each student. For this reason, getting to know one another must be done directly in order to build a solid group, as long as the work is virtual then. And the last one, that is the need to provide educate training in using computer that will be used as a web-based communication media for each student. By including various activity using computers and supporting communication system facilities, each student must have the skill to operate it. The lack of understanding in various subsequent virtual discussion activities. That's all my explanation. The next will be explained by my friends.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will explain about the differences in traditional learning with e-learning. The differences between traditional learning and e-learning is a teacher in traditional class is considered as a versatile person and assigned to channel knowledge to their students, whereas e-learning is primarily focused on students where students are required to be independent, active, and responsible in learning. And then students are required to look for material with their own efforts and initiatives. And then according to Cisco, e-learning based learning is as follows. First, e-learning is a delivery of learning in the form of information, communication, education, and training online. And second, e-learning is a set of tools that can enrich the value of learning in a conventional manner so that it can answer the challenges in the age of globalization. And the last is student capacity varies greatly depending on the form of content and how it is delivered. And next will be explained by my friend.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rindy Antika. I will explain about development of e-learning models. Our guest's opinion present about the development of e-learning is as follows. First, web course is the use of the internet for education purpose. Namely, students and teacher are not needs to have face-to-face meetings. Can be considered as distance learning. Second, the web-centric course is part of the material delivered via the internet and partly through face-to-face. The teacher provides instruction and direction to students regarding learning support system so that learning between students and teachers support each other. Third, web image course is where the role of the teacher is very important in learning because it's required to master internet technology. Guide students and parents present material in learning so that it can attract students' interest and the learning process can run well. Thank you for me. And next will be explain my friends.
Okay, My name is Roberta Husna, and I will explain about e-learning strength and weakness. The instruction on the benefit of using e-learning based internet, especially in open education and distance learning, include the first one is the availability of e-learning facilities between educators and students can communicate easily and flexible because it can be done by student anywhere and anytime, and of course without being limited by distance and time. And the second one is learners can study or review lessons material as well as discussions between students and at any time and anywhere. Okay. The shortcoming of e-learning based learning bullet beam include the first one is lack of interactions between educators and students or even among fellow students themselves. Jadi, and next, the second one is the learning process tend toward training rather than education. Jadi proses pembelajaran cenderung ke arah pelatihan daripada pendidikan. And number 3 is students who are less activity and lack desire and high learning motivation tend to fail. Maksudnya adalah siswa yang kurang aktif dan kurang keinginan serta motivasi belajar yang tinggi cenderung gagal. And then not all internet facilities are available. And the last one is lack of staff who know and have the skill to operate the internet. Okay, the conclusion is the learning management system, which stands for LMS, has been the prima donna since the COVID-19 pandemic hit. Schools cannot do face-to-face learning. The main alternative to face-to-face learning is online learning. This LMS system can help teachers or lecturers to plan and create syllabus, manage learning materials, manage student lecture activities, manage grade, recapitulate attendance, display grade transcript, discuss and take quiz. The LMS will allow you to manage every aspect of the course, from student registrations to storage of test result, and it will also allow you to accept assignment digital and stay in touch with your students. LMS has several basic types, such as open architecture LMS, standard-based LMS, and proprietary LMS. Okay, that's all from me, and thank you.
Okay, that's all of our presentation today. We are so sorry if we have any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.